anywhere around a bunch of people, and I don't do well
Are you
like
in?
that.
Brock Lesnar's shocking return sent shockwaves through WWE when he launched a brutal ambush on the fierce Samoan Werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Known for his wild, untamed power, Fatu was thought unstoppable, until the Beast Incarnate's relentless assault left him broken and vulnerable. This violent takeover wasn't just about dominance. It was a strategic move to force the most feared warrior to kneel before Roman Reigns. With Jacob Fatu now reluctantly joining the Order of the Tribal Chief, Roman's faction grows stronger and more unstoppable, reshaping the WWE landscape with an iron grip fueled by fear, power, and ruthless control. Roman Reigns, rebuilding an empire. Through fear and discipline, for months, Roman Reigns has been clawing his way back from the brink of destruction. After losing control of the bloodline and watching his once mighty empire crumble due to betrayal, fractured loyalties, and relentless outside interference, the tribal chief knew his reign had to be rebuilt, not with familial bonds or honor, but with an iron fist of fear, discipline, and cold strategy. Thus, the Order of the Tribal Chief was born, a dark, unholy alliance forged to inspire terror and absolute obedience. Roman handpicked warriors who thrived in chaos and savored violence, men who would bleed for the cause. Alongside him stood CM Punk, a strategist with a ruthless mind, Sami Zayn, the unpredictable wildcard, and then the final piece, Brock Lesnar, the nuclear bomb of destruction. But even with this terrifying lineup, Roman's vision was incomplete. He craved the wildcard, the untamed beast who defied all control. Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf. Jacob Fatu, the beast that refused to bow. Jacob Fatu was no ordinary contender. Not another cousin, not just another legacy. He was a primal force, a savage predator born of the wild, trained by warriors, and feared wherever he roamed. A monster who operated on pure instinct and animalistic fury, Fatu was the one man Roman could not afford to leave standing free if he wanted absolute dominion. Messages sent by Roman were met with defiance. Envoys dispatched were smashed beneath Fatu's fury. Promises made were spat upon with derision. The werewolf howled his refusal, mocking the tribal chief's attempts to tame him. The beast unleashed Lesnar's savage ambush. Unlike the usual WWE spectacle, Brock Lesnar's arrival was shrouded in eerie silence. No pyrotechnics, no thunderous entrance music. Instead, what leaked was raw, visceral footage from a dimly lit parking garage. Jacob Fatu paced with restless menace when chaos erupted. A brutal ambush. A steel chair swung with savage force, fists flying with relentless fury, screams echoing through the empty concrete. The camera shook violently as the unseen cameraman dropped to the ground, barely capturing the monstrous Lesnar as he tore into Fatu with merciless precision. The aftermath, a broken werewolf and a new order. By the time SmackDown rolled around, the WWE Universe was ablaze with speculation. Social media exploded with questions. Was Jacob Fatu okay? Would he retaliate? Would he declare war on the Order? The reality was far more unsettling. Roman Reigns entered the arena that night transformed. His aura radiated cold confidence, his eyes gleaming with the satisfaction of conquest. Flanked by CM Punk and Sami Zayn, Brock Lesnar stalked beside him like a trained warhound. And trailing behind, limping, bruised, defeated, but undeniably changed, stood Jacob Fatu. Gone was the wild-eyed predator fans once feared. Instead, a man cloaked in black, his shoulders slumped and eyes dulled, stood silent beside the king he once refused to serve. The tribal chief's vision. The future is now. Roman stepped into the ring and raised his mic once more, his voice dripping with authority and vision. Every empire must evolve. He acknowledged the bloodline, the tradition that had once defined his reign, but declared that tradition was now a thing of the past. This was the future. The order of the tribal chief was evolution incarnate. To conquer, Roman explained, he needed monsters and destroyers, warriors who would follow without question, who embodied brutality and strategy. And now, standing in front of the crowd, he confirmed the full strength of his order. His gaze locked on Jacob Fatu as the tribal chief approached him, their eyes locked in a fierce battle of wills. The WWE Universe collectively held its breath. The untamable beast had bowed his head, but was it genuine loyalty or a desperate act of survival? The calm before the storm, a fire buried deep. No one believed the wild Jacob Fatu had been truly broken. Brock Lesnar may have shattered his body, but the fire in his eyes still burned fiercely, a smoldering ember beneath his silent exterior. Somewhere deep inside, the beast remained, waiting for the moment to ignite again, an inferno that could engulf the entire WWE. For now, Jacob followed the Order's commands. He nodded silently, a shadow of his former wild self. But his smoldering eyes told a different story, a silent rebellion, a waiting storm. The message to WWE: fight soldiers, not wrestlers. Roman's chilling words to the locker room echoed through backstage interviews. You're not fighting wrestlers anymore. You're fighting soldiers. You're fighting a machine. You're fighting the Order, and it doesn't lose. The mood backstage was heavy with fear, confusion, and disbelief. Kevin Owens questioned aloud, if Jacob Fatu can be broken, what hope does anyone else have? Watching from a monitor, Seth Rollins shook his head grimly, understanding the stakes. This isn't about titles anymore. This is about survival. The uncertain future. Loyalty or revenge? And what of Jacob Fatu? Is his loyalty real? Or is he merely biding his time, a wolf caged but not tamed, waiting for the perfect moment to strike back? Sources backstage revealed he had been silent since the attack, obedient, compliant, but with eyes burning with an unquenchable fire. Roman and Brock may believe they own the beast, but the Samoan Werewolf was never meant to be caged. When that cage shatters, no one will be safe. The Order stands tall, a kingdom of fear and power. For now, the Order of the Tribal Chief reigns supreme, unbroken, unchallenged, and growing stronger by the day. Roman's chilling decree remains etched in the minds of all who oppose him. You can't fight fate. You can only kneel to it. This is only the beginning. The next victim of the Order could be your favorite superstar. And if even Jacob Fatu, the untamable Samoan Werewolf, can fall, then no one is safe.